Welcome to episode 57 of Blue-Lusional, and happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers
Relate.
out there. Yeah, we didn't record yesterday to, you know, spend time
Mother's
with
Day.
mothers on Mother's Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to the
All
moms.
that good stuff. Good
Yes,
job for holding it down.
especially in this time.
Mm,
God, it's exhausting.
mm, mm.
Couldn't
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of exhausting, we had a horrible week, guys. It was bad. Everything was bad. It was so bad. It was so fucking bad. Jim Crow is back in full fucking effect very quickly. So, Supreme Court, they said, fuck the Voting Rights Act. So those Republican Southern states said, word, we gotta redraw these maps now. And it's really interesting how fast they can move when it comes to stripping the rights of black people. So we had Alabama, Missouri, Tennessee, Florida, Louisiana, all redistricted last week. All of them. Alabama did it in the middle of a tornado. I don't even know what the word I'm looking for is, but the fact that it was happening in the middle of a tornado when the alarms were blaring is it's just a fucking sign. Like, no. Like, if I was there, I would have been like, ooh, guys, I don't know. Whoever is up there is not feeling it right now. I don't think we should do this. So they rammed that shit through. Also, the Supreme Court today, like maybe an hour ago, allowed them to use the maps that they drew up last week and passed through in the middle of a tornado. Missouri, they already did theirs. 2025, the Supreme Court already ruled it constitutional. Florida, they did. You know Florida's gonna do it. Come on, it's Florida. Louisiana was the most egregious because they postponed, not canceled, they postponed their primary. And now I did ask Attorney D about this. She said that it was, she didn't say, I think she said it was illegal, but there's a way to do it. But the way I see it is, I mean, they say states can control elections. The governor said, I'm going to postpone it. So, but they're getting sued for that. There's a lawsuit happening right now by a couple candidates, Lindsey Rubio Garcia, and some others. Their primary is supposed to be May 16th. Their governor was doing an interview earlier today. They said 45,000 ballots have been casted. They said, what happens to that? He said, well, they're just tossed out and they'll just vote again. Let's do it again. It's fine. It's no big deal. But the problem with that is that people are going to be confused. And they're going to either not know that they get to vote again, or they're going to tap out and say, well, if my vote just got thrown out, well, what's the point? Don't tap out. Don't tap out. Okay, guys? Fighting for your civil rights is not going to be a cakewalk, okay? This was never going to be easy. This was never going to be a walk in the park, okay? Throwing out votes was always on the table. If you thought they weren't going to, I have some land to sell you. That was always on the table, okay? I did read that the South Carolina governor is not trying to do that, but we'll actually see if that, if he actually sticks to his guns on that, because they want to take out Jim Clyburn's district, which is the only black district in South Carolina. And Tennessee, they got rid of Memphis, the only black district in Memphis. Okay, so all the black districts, black people do not get representation. And here's the thing. Okay, let's say we get our blue sweep, which we will. Let's say whatever new districts that are formed, or the districts that are, the people that are pushed into new districts, and say they get a Dem. Okay, sure, they get a Dem. Most likely won't be a black person. So again, black people still will not be represented correctly. And that is the issue. And we have people on our side that are happy about it and silent about it. Bernie Sanders.
Yep.
And then the worst of all happened in Virginia, where we Virginians voted on their redistricting, squeaked through. Republicans threw a Hail Mary. They did what they do when they lose an election. They challenged it. They did a lawsuit.
Mm-hmm.
Democrats, they fucked it up. They did not do everything correctly. They did not. And that's the problem, that we are on the side that like follows the rules, and they fucking handicap themselves with these rules. They're supposed to have it published in the newspapers for X amount of time before. They were supposed to have 2 special sessions. They had one. They didn't do. The Republicans threw up a Hail Mary and they got caught slipping. They asked them to show their work and they showed their work. And it turns out they didn't do everything the right way. So they fucked up. This isn't a case of, well, the Virginia Supreme Court just decided to toss the votes. No, that did not happen. They did not show their work. So again, everyone that's looking for a reason to tap out and say, well, our vote doesn't matter, voting doesn't matter, you don't know how the government works. Oh, well, Florida and Tennessee and Alabama and Missouri, they all just get to push it through. They get to do whatever the fuck they want. Hey, guys, you know every state has a constitution, and in every single one of those Confederate-ass states, they do not have to do shit to push through a constitutional amendment to redistrict. They can just do it. That's why they just did it. Hate to say it, they followed the rules.
Yeah.
Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not true.
And scream at you guys that local elections are important. You cannot believe it, but doesn't make it true. Local elections are very important because Virginia has its own constitution. I wonder who creates the Constitution and who creates amendments for the Virginia Constitution. Wow, probably local elected officials in Virginia. And when Dems don't go and vote in local elections, or you don't care to fill out that part because you didn't research it, that this happens. And we can argue that maybe they didn't think they had enough time to follow the rules and get it done as fast as they could. But that was the risk they were willing to take, knowing full and well that Republicans were going to say, I need to see your paperwork and it better be squeaky clean.
That's what you got to do with these people.
It was never going to be squeaky clean. So yeah, it was false hope.
Now, as of right now, the Virginia Attorney General, he has taken it up to the United States Supreme Court. Not super hopeful, but they fired an emergency appeal to try to get these maps to stay. We'll see where that goes. Also, I did forget the day before that this decision came down from the VA Supreme Court. It's not correlated. We're not going to do that. The FBI raided State Senator Louise Lucas's home. Intimidation. What are they going to find? Nothing. They didn't find anything. Nothing happened.
Shocker.
But this is the shit they do. They throw up these Hail Marys. They say, we're just going to start investigating you. They say, hey, you better make sure you followed your state constitution. Because here's the thing too. These guys aren't stupid. They know what the fucking law is. They're exposing loopholes. That's what they're doing. If you fucking research hard enough, you will see that Republicans have like essentially an incubating type program where they fucking train lawyers to be able to do this shit. That's why they've been doing this shit. We keep saying that this has been a plan in the making for 50 years. Yeah. It has been. At every fucking level, they're training lawyers. They stack the courts. They run in the propaganda. They're funneling money from Hungary, from Russia, etc., etc. And so, yeah. But a little bit of, I guess, hope court. It's something. So it looks like the Virginia Dems are pretty pissed off about this. So they are proposing a new, I don't know if it's going to be a bill or if it's going to be, I don't know what it's going to be, but they are talking about lowering the retirement age for the VA Supreme Court from 73 to 54, which would pretty much eliminate all the people that made the decision to nullify the maps. And that's the type of fucking carrying on I'm here for. And then they're going to run it back and they're going to do it again. I
Do it the
believe
right way.
Utah did that, and there was another state that did that. So we'll wait and see, but it's not over, okay? It's not over, guys. It's not over.
Not.
Stop being pussies.
Again,
not gonna be easy.
we've said it from the beginning, and I think the person who put it best was William Marks, who was running in Texas. When we interviewed him was when Texas had redrawn their maps and basically held the state house hostage, you know? And he said it only works when the gerrymandering for the Republicans happens, and then those Republicans go out and they vote red. And right now, we are just continuing to watch MAGA inch towards its grave. And so many people are leaving and are saying they're either going to vote third party, they're not going to vote at all, they're going to vote Democrat. So again, gerrymandering only works when Republicans go out and vote red.
I understand the saying now, doesn't vote. Like, I never got it before. I'm like, I don't, what? But like, I'm like, oh, you're doing all this. I'm literally looking at the map. I'm like, land doesn't vote. These people aren't even winning elections in Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, they're
Republicans
not.
are outvoting Democrats in Florida, by the way, and they're still losing.
Yeah.
They're moving Dems into these red areas.
It's still the two things can be true at once, which is what we're trying to drill into leftists' heads, is two things can be true at once. We can say, you know, voting still matters, and what I just said, gerrymandering is not going to work because their people aren't happy with them and they're not going out and voting, or they're voting Dem. But we can also be loud and outraged about the fact that what happened in Memphis, like Devin said, it didn't just eliminate the black vote. It eliminated representation. Like he said, you may still get a Dem. The gerrymandering might not work in the sense that a Republican is the one who wins, but that Dem is probably going to be a white guy.
So it's going to work.
This is the problem.
Even if it doesn't work, it's going to work.
It's going to work, and then we need to, when that blue sweep happens, we need to get in there and we need to make sure things like this can't happen again, that we are not eliminating representation throughout our country in all the states. Like, we're fighting fire with fire because we have to, but in all reality, this should not be a reality. We should not be gerrymandering in general. Nobody says it's good, except Republicans, but the Democrats aren't saying it's good. They're saying if you're going to do it, we have to do it too. This is give and take, but it's not good.
And shout out to Representative Justin J. Pearson of Tennessee. That man is going to have a couple pages dedicated to him in history books. He was staring down these fucking nizers. That's colonizer. Okay, that's my new slur for colonizers. Okay, these fucking racist ass sergeant at arms, keeping him out of the sessions where they're drawing his district out of existence.
He said you're going to have to look me in the eyes when you do that. Those pictures are needs to have its own chapter in the history book.
I might frame that shit.
I know.
And people aren't going to be, if you put it in black and white, it looks like it's from the 50s. He's got the fro.
Yes.
But nope, it's 2026.
Nope, 2020.
We're doing this again. Also, if you take a side-by-side picture of all the states that redistricted last week and the states that are the Confederacy, it's the same picture.
One thing looks a lot like the other.
Hey, we should have killed them. Just saying. Should have killed them. I'm usually not violence is the answer, but hey, in hindsight, you should have fucking killed those guys.
You hear that?
Yeah, there you go, all right?
You want that violence?
You finally got me.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, now we're on to shenanigans for this week. So you guys remember when you got all fucking hard on, said, oh my God, we're going to buy Spirit Airlines. This guy said that he's gonna, we're gonna pledge money and we're all gonna buy
The
Spirit
white
Airlines. It's
man
gonna be so
came to
great.
save us.
Oh my God, Jake. I don't know what his name is. Jake
Hunter.
said we're gonna buy Spirit Airlines. It turns out the guy he partnered with is MAGA.
Big
It's fucking,
MAGA. They
yeah.
he panned over, he said, "Hey, this guy, introduce yourself," and it was literally Trump 2.0.
You're just fucking MAGA. When? How many more videos do I have to make where I say, why are you trusting white men? Why? I'm so fucking serious when I'm asking that question at least like once a week now. I'm like, why are you people trusting white men, especially random white men on the internet?
You don't know that man.
And then somebody said to me, well, as soon as he found out, he cut ties with him. I asked the same question again. Why is he trusting a random white man that he met on the internet and did not vet? What are we doing?
You know, we're never going to learn. Do you never trust a white man named Hunter to lead? Yes, to lead us, lead the charge for democracy. A white man named Hunter. You think he has your best interest at heart? Do you think he thought it all through? He knows exactly how he's going to buy Spirit Airlines. He's going to trust another white guy who literally the first sentence out of his mouth was it was MAGA. And he's like, oh, I didn't know. How come it took all of us 2 seconds to figure it out?
I saw the fucking video and I was like, I didn't even watch the video. I just said, who's in charge here? And I saw some Chad looking dude and I said, I'm good. I don't want any part of this.
Like, just let him try again. No, we've given white men chance after
No, stop letting white men go again. That's the fucking problem.
I can promise you Hunter never flew on Spirit. I would put my life savings that the closest he came to flying Spirit was maybe Frontier. That man was on United Airlines, American Airlines, Delta. He wasn't flying Spirit. He just wanted to have a moment.
I know we need the hopium, but damn.
Yes, of course. The main thing of all of this is that over 17,000 people lost their job overnight. And yes, of course, people want the hope core of like, let's buy Spirit Airlines and let's give all these people their jobs back. And while that's great hope core to have, in a reality where people are living paycheck to paycheck and they can't afford gas and there are no fucking jobs, these people don't want to spend all of their hope on hoping a white man buys Spirit Airlines and gives them their job back. Like, that's not helpful right now. What would be helpful is everybody banding together and doing GoFundMes, or donating food to, people who were laid off that are struggling. If you have job openings at your job, like, that's where community comes together. But then you guys are like, no, I'm going to trust this white guy who trusts another white guy.
But Hunter,
and I think that's going to go well for us.
Donate to a grassroots candidate.
Vote in November. I know it seems like, how do I help Spirit Airlines and former employees right now in this moment if I have to wait till November? Vote in November. Do what you can do.
You guys are silly. I can't vote, but we're going to buy
Spirit Airlines, and then it doesn't happen.
Come on. Come on.
And then you're mad at us in the comments for being like, why did you think that was going to work?
Stop getting mad at us because you're stupid. That's not our fault.
Like, I'm over here like, okay, I see people, what I've been doing is I'm engaging with any former Spirit Airlines employees who are on TikTok making videos, trying to get them some money. Let me repost, let me share this, let me, doing that. You can go searching up GoFundMes. I'm sure a lot of these people have GoFundMes at this point. Like, do what you can, but the best thing you could do for them is to show up and fucking vote for them.
Everybody wanted to be a billionaire. Everybody wanted to be a billionaire. That's what happened. You said, oh, I want to be part of it because it said, oh, you get X amount of shares. I saw the chart. You wanted to own a share of an airline, and you're mad you don't get that.
It was the white man version of an ML.
You got trumped. Sorry. You thought you were going to become a billionaire.
They said, welcome to our multi-level marketing scheme. You, too, can hold a share of Spirit Airlines.
Guys, there were tiers. There were tears. Come the fuck on. God. All right. Well, another airline that's dying a slow death is Delta. They're ending their snack and drink services for short haul flights. Keep in mind they want to privatize the airlines. Keep it in mind, okay? We got a data center that's popping up in Utah. It is the size of 2,000 Walmarts. You know how big Walmart is? 2,000 of those bitches. All right. It's going to use 9 gigawatts of electricity to power it, and it will generate the heat equivalent of 23 atom bombs. What do we need a nuke for? Let's just make data centers. It's fine. It's fine. You're not going to get any long type of fucking diseases from that. No, it's fine. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's going to be in Hansel Valley, and it is backed by Kevin O'Leary. Oh my God, what a shock.
Oh my God, the Shark Tank guy who loves Trump and spent his time going on panels with, what's her name? Abby. What is her name? Abby Phillip?
Abby Phillip?
Yeah.
From CNN?
Yeah. He would get on those roundtable talks when the Epstein files were like they were trying to get them released back in October, and he spent weeks going on these panels saying that, and I quote, that it was rude of Democrats to be pushing these victims back into the spotlight while they're in their childbearing years. To which Abby said, I'm sorry, did you talk to every single victim and they told you that? Oh no,
So
I
are
didn't
you in
talk
there,
to them.
Kev?
I'm just guessing that they wouldn't
He's
want to be thrown back into this all these years later. And we don't even know if they weren't raped. That's the guy backing this. And then when he's asked how this is going to destroy the environment, he is like, I have my degree in environmental science. I know exactly what I'm doing. Just trust me, bro.
I know exactly how it's going to destroy it,
I know,
actually.
yes, I am so excited to destroy the environment.
Because I don't give a fuck. I don't live there.
Because I'm a billionaire.
I'm rich and insulated and live on a fucking hill in California. I don't care what happens in Utah.
If you want to know how, if this isn't enough to show you how terrible of a human he is and what I just told you about the Epstein victims, he also is on record when he was asked that for every billionaire, there is like 300,000 in poverty for every, like the top 5% that billionaires make. And he said, good, that the top 5% of billionaires and what they make, that for all of that, there is like 300,000 per that person in poverty. And he thinks that's like great. He's like, great. They should strive to be as good as we are.
Remember that when you want to vote for Tom Steyer.
Those are, yeah, like, what do you mean? Guys.
Plot has been lost.
Yeah.
Real bad. Real bad.
Another white man.
What? But Kevin and Hunter are just, they know what's best.
Go sit in timeout for trusting a white man named Hunter. Immediately, all of you go to timeout. White man named Hunter, go sit in timeout right now. I want a handwritten apology.
You guys are racist towards white men. This is why they're redistricting the maps, because it's racist towards white people.
White people can't take it. We've been coming at white men for less than a year, and they're like,
it's so hard.
Why do you hate your own race?
Why do you hate us? We just want to keep women in the kitchen and not have jobs or credit cards.
Why do the white women now hate us too? Well, the
white women woke up.
Us? The white woman woke up.
I guess to stop having podcasts.
Because I said, what? And then they're like, but you're a white woman with a podcast. Yes. I rest my case.
So fucking sensitive. The ones that don't even have podcasts are so. Well, what if I think about starting one?
They said, what about the Kelsey brothers? No, they should have a podcast.
We don't know those people.
I don't know them.
I don't care. I don't know. Okay, I'm an Eagles fan. I don't know that man. I don't know him.
I don't care. There's nothing that important that they need to be talking about.
If you told me Jason Kelsey did some fucked up shit, I'd probably say, yeah, he probably did that shit. I don't know him.
I'm sorry. You guys keep asking for like our hall passes for White Men Podcast.
Like, no.
I have none.
I don't know these
Sorry.
people, and neither do you.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
Yeah. Only one you should be listening to.
Yeah, like why are you listening to Midas Touch? What information are they giving you that we're not? And we do it like in a more fun way. Even
We're
though
funnier than them.
We're funnier. We're not like, we don't talk to you. Here's the thing. What most white men do, the Aaron Parnesses, the Midas Touch brothers, they do the thing that the corporate Dems do where they talk to you as if you should have a law degree and you should have a master's. And it's almost like they're talking down to you. Like
it's just CNN on YouTube.
We would never talk down to you unless you like Hunter. Then I'm talking down to you.
Unless you trust in dudes named Hunter on the internet, then we're calling you fucking stupid.
Guys, don't worry, Hunter's got this. He's gonna buy Spirit Airlines. You just wait. Okay, I'll wait.
Sorry you didn't get your shares from Hunter, guys. Sorry
you don't want to join Hunter's MLM scheme.
I'm gonna find the sheet and I'm gonna draw a pyramid on those fucking tiers just to piss you guys off. You guys no. You guys are stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
you guys
bad.
are stupid. You're dumb.
Speaking of
one.
stupid, the thing we said was gonna happen since they tried this in February happened. Palm Beach International Airport is now named after Trump, and they're selling his merch, and they have like all the history of his life on display there. While Americans can't afford to travel via plane, and Spirit Airlines is dead, and Delta's about to die next, but you could take a trip. It's really a slap in the face because the people who love this, aka MAGA, can't afford to fly to this airport and visit it.
They're gonna go to the airport, buy Art of the Deal, and leave.
Just a round trip, same day flight. Like, guys, this is the most like Make-A-Wish list item. Of course, this was gonna happen.
He's gonna put his name on everything.
Everything, like
he's dying.
He's dying. He wants his name on everything. This is very let them eat cake. They can't even afford to fly into the airport. Let me name it off after myself and sell my merch. And, you know, I don't care. I'm not flying there. Everyone's like, well, I'm definitely not flying there. None of us were flying there. None of us. A lot of you never heard of that airport before.
That revenue is gonna go down. It's gonna go down. I'm
waiting for the next headline to be in Trump airport closes down
in 6 months.
No, it's more gonna be, hey, the Dems are gonna be like, hey, they tried to pass this appropriations bill, and for some reason they tried to sneak funding the Palm Beach airport the appropriations bill.
They haven't turned a profit in months.
Speaking of appropriations bills, Senate Republicans want $1 billion for the ballroom. Okay, we talked about after the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting that was just a ploy to say, I need my ballroom. This would never happen in a ballroom. I've never seen a shooting happen in a ballroom. Push. And so the Senate Republicans were like, he needs $1 billion. Crazy, because I thought all of his billionaire friends were giving him the money. I thought this was all going to be funded by private donors. I thought this was going to be funded by everyone on the Epstein files. Isn't that how blackmail works? Fund my ballroom. I can redact my name. I don't have to redact yours. Pay up.
Come on, Bezos, what are you doing?
Come on, Trump. You say you're a businessman. That's how you get your billionaire friends to pay for your ballroom. I can redact my name.
Just use ICE.
I'm not redacting yours if you don't pay up. But no, yeah, they tried to slip it into this past appropriations bill where they were trying to refund or reopen up TSA, FEMA, get them paid. So they tried to slip that in. The problem is that the moderate Republicans like the Thomas Masseys are really fucking mad that gas is $5 and that we're not being very America first right now in this Iran war. And so they said, get fucked in your ballroom. I'm not voting for that. And see, the problem is that even though Republicans have the majority, they don't have any votes to lose. Meaning the Thomas Masseys, even the Nancy Maces, they all got a vote. Yes, on everything he wants in order for it to pass, because we all know the Dems are a hard fucking no on $1 billion for the ballroom.
Yeah.
So now they definitely don't have the votes. And Mike Johnson's going to Trump and saying, we don't have the votes. And he's like,
They
I
don't
need
like
my
it.
fucking ballroom.
And you're like, but sir, this wasn't part of Project 2020.
So I'm not worried about it. It's not going to happen. They're not going to get a Billy for the ballroom. If Thomas Massey has any say in it, it's not happening. Not only that, but when it gets to the Senate, guess what? Like everything that goes to the Senate, Dems are going to have to vote for it. Fetterman will, but I would not guess that they're going to vote for a Billy in the ballroom.
Yeah, good amount of shit.
So I wouldn't worry about it. But of course, yeah, it's not being paid for by private donors is really what we're trying to say.
Yeah.
Whoever thought that was actually happening, sorry, no. And then in other, so shocking, wow, I'm shocked. Never thought this would happen. 3-year-old U.S. Secret Service officer named John Spillman was arrested in Miami after following female hotel guests through the lobby, exposing himself and masturbating naked in the hotel hallway outside their rooms at the DoubleTree in Miami. This happened after he was sent on detail to protect Daddy Trump at a golf event. And as you can all imagine, no, he wasn't fired. He's just on administrative leave. And if you want to see the mugshot, oh, it's so good. It's so good. Wait, man.
That's it. What? Again?
What? Yeah. Yeah. Of course, this isn't shocking. And of course, the media, the main storyline they ran with was that he was off duty at the time. That mattered.
That's even worse. That's even worse.
It would be like, could you imagine in any other circumstance? It'd be like if somebody got into a DUI accident. Well, they were off the clock. They were off the clock when they got in the DUI. They weren't working. You shouldn't have to lose his job.
Didn't know what to do with himself when he wasn't at work, so he just started jerking it in public.
He said, I'm in Miami.
When in Rome.
When in Rome. And then all the girls were like, no. And he was like, I'm just going to stand out in the hallway and masturbate outside your door.
He's like, I don't care.
With a hotel where cameras are everywhere. Like, this is how comfortable they are, okay?
This is what you
And
guys
we're
enabled.
waiting. They're going to come out with some story that he's an alcoholic, that he wasn't in the right state of mind. And it's going to be this whole thing. And that's why he's on administrative leave. He's getting the help that he needs. And then they will bring him back and they'll probably take him off the Secret Service and they'll probably put him on some detail somewhere else, like they do for their ICE agents.
Fault, or it was the Democrats' fault. That's why
it's Joe Biden's fault. He's still so angry with Joe Biden that he's now an alcoholic. He just can't get over it.
Yeah, so he had to just whip it out.
Yeah. He just can't get past, the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. It's just really scarred him. Anywho, let's talk about the hantavirus. Yeah, guys, it's not COVID. Stop with the COVID dances. No more making whipped coffee. Wrap it up. All right. It's not happening. All right.
And even if they're not going to lock us down.
No.
They're just going to let us die.
Yeah. So basically, we all know the cruise ship, the hantavirus. It's a human-to-human transmission. And it is a virus that scientists have known about. It's different than COVID. It is much harder to pass to somebody else, where like with COVID, they're saying, it could be transmitted through the air. And one person could infect thousands in a room just by breathing. This is not that. This is like you could pass it with like bodily fluids. This, like, you got to be in very close proximity sharing like your bodily fluids. Okay. So the cruise ship, of course, is different. Of course, you're all in this tight, compact, you're on a floating ship in the middle of the ocean together. There's only so much space, that is the issue. The WHO, World Health Organization, is the one who's been obviously following this and putting out all the all the alerts and everything. You want to know what we're not a part of? The WHO. So everyone's nervous because they're thinking this is COVID, and because we're not a part of the World Health Organization, we're not going to get up-to-date knowledge, and that we're all going to die. Thankfully, because this is the virus that it is, it's not going to be like that. 3 passengers have died. Somebody got infected through rodents' poop and urine. Somebody in Argentina, one of the stops, got it, came back on the ship.
Yes.
So then everybody was making their videos. That ship needs to stay out at sea. Sorry about your luck.
Sink it. That was a fun morning.
Oh my god.
People were like, fuck it, blow it up.
Being broke saved me yet again.
What were the tickets? Like, okay. People were like, I don't fucking feel bad for you, rich bastards. Blow that shit.
They should understand. But no, that didn't happen. Spain allowed the cruise ship to dock in the Canary Islands, and people got disembarked. And of course, everybody's going to handle it a little differently. A man in Switzerland, he flew home to Switzerland, he tested positive. We've got people from the US on that ship. So there's people in New Jersey that are being monitored. Georgia Department of Health is monitoring 2 people from the ship. They were supposed to all go and be in I believe it was Nebraska, that they were going to send them all to, and they were all going to be in this they were going to have to quarantine in this facility that handles this type of exposure.
Super quarantine facility.
Or you could choose to just go self-quarantine at home. Sorry.
That's a good... Like, don't give them the option. God.
They're like, but don't worry. They have to check in with a member of the public health team every day.
Sure they are. Sure they're doing it.
That... not so great. But that virus doesn't thrive here in the US, so just don't be worried about it. Yeah, the fatality rates, it's up there. But it's really hard, but the more fatal it is, the harder it is to get. So there is statistics for you, but don't worry. Marjorie Taylor Greene said, let's run it back. 2021, I'm going to need your ivermectins, your vitamin Ds, and your zinc. Inject that straight into your veins.
Do it.
Who needs a vaccination? Ivermectin,
hey, if
IV
you get
drip.
Do it. Do that. Do the ivermectin and the vitamin D.
I'm done telling you guys what to do.
Yeah, no, if you want to fucking die, that's your prerogative.
If you want to inject zinc directly into your veins, who am I to stop you?
Go for it.
And because
we need to win midterms, all right? We need that natural selection to fucking kick it.
Eat the Tide Pods.
Eat the fuck. I don't care. I'll take any advantage that we can get.
Yeah. I mean, and here's the thing. We already are getting health care. Trump has already said, get the fuck out of here, Board of Scientists. We don't need you. Get the fuck out. So now they cut funding for a pilot program to study the hantavirus.
Man, like, this is how it started last time, though. Like,
we just take this money and move it over there. And you guys... CDC said that's a level 3 outbreak, which is like the lowest level. Nowhere near COVID, guys. Take a deep fucking breath.
Let's hope it doesn't mutate.
And for those of us that love vaccinations, Moderna is already working on a vaccine. So basically, hang in there. Obviously, keep yourself informed. And by keep yourself informed, don't fucking listen to RFK Jr.
Jab. Give me that jab.
Listen to scientists, please. Oh my God. Get a VPN.
How do I get on the wait list for the vax? How do I fucking get the flash pass? I'm trying to be first at Walgreens.
Yeah, I mean, it's just not something to worry about. Basically, if you get it, it's not going to be like COVID where you have a little sniffle. You're going to be down so bad. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're not going to like brunch with hantavirus.
They'll try though. They'll try. They said, "Oh, I got COVID, but I gotta go to Applebee's.
Go to bottomless brunch. It's outside.
I gotta get my half abs."
Yeah.
Yeah, diseases don't spread outside. We'll be fine.
we're just, I mean,
If
do
you
whatever you want.
bitches make this shit mutate, I'm gonna get so fucking mad.
Yeah, if we just not, please, please, and thank you. Don't do anything stupid. Stop going on these cruises. Stop hanging out with mice in abandoned buildings.
That are shitting everywhere. What are you doing?
Stop.
That's bubonic plague like conditions.
And for all of us brokies, we couldn't afford to go on that cruise ship anyway. Once again, being broke saves us. Anywho, ICE update. The administration shut down the agency that was responsible for overseeing all of the abuse in their concentration camp detention centers. There was basically an agency where families of people being held hostage in detention centers who were being fed food with worms in them with no AC and having to sleep on the ground could report all of that to these families, get it to this agency who would go look into it. That's gone. And DHS has put out a statement blaming Congress, saying that their last appropriations bill that we all saw pass to reopen everything except for DHS because they caved and they need to open and fund TSA and FEMA, that appropriations bill being passed without giving any funding to DHS is the reason this agency closed down, and to blame
They're
the Dems.
funded through 2029.
They are. So the important thing to note here is that within all of this, they could move around the DHS money that they have per the big, beautiful bill. So Congress was like, yeah, this agency was created in 2019, created by law. We didn't abolish this law in that appropriations bill. So basically what you guys had to do, this administration needed to do in order to keep that agency by law open was to move some fucking money around. What do you need the other money for? All those ICE agent bonuses should have been put on hold. Should have been going to this agency. But of course, they need to blame Democrats. So this is what DHS is running with. They are running on the fact that Dems in Congress didn't fund this agency with their appropriations bill, and that's why it closed. No, the administration wanted it to close because they don't want it to be looked into. Let's all put 2 and 2 together, please.
Yeah, pretty simple.
This was just a perfect setup of blame.
What's known?
Okay. And we also want to talk about Kevin Gonzalez. He was 18 years old. He was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer back in January of this year, and he was not given long to live. And his parents were in Mexico, so they applied for a humanitarian visa to basically come over and spend as much time with their son as possible, and it was rejected. So his parents did what any good parent would do. Like, you cannot tell me that you, as a parent, would not have done anything you could to get to your sick child. They crossed the border undocumented, and ICE detained them at the border. And once that got back to Kevin, he realized the only way he was going to be able to maybe see his parents was if he checked himself out of the hospital, flew to Mexico, and hoped that a federal judge would deport his parents back to Mexico and he could see them there. And so that's what he did. He left the facility he was in Chicago, knowing that without the treatments they were giving him, that he would definitely not make it much longer. And he flew to Mexico and he waited there until this past Thursday, a federal judge released them. They flew home to Mexico and they were able to see their son for a couple hours on Saturday before he passed away. And this is why I mean, like, the cruelty is the point that you could never say, like, we beat this in, that nobody's pro-life. Who says they're pro-life? They're pro-birth. But these are the examples of why we can say MAGA is not pro-life. And you can say all you want, they should have come here the legal way. As a parent, if your child was in a different country and told you they only had a couple months to live and you know they're in a better facility than there are in Mexico, then you want them to stay there and get the best treatment possible, but you want to go see them, then you're going to do whatever you can to go there. No
Yep.
ifs, ands, or buts. These aren't criminals. These aren't people smuggling drugs. These aren't people that are stealing your jobs. These are parents that wanted to see their son before he died. And had they had gotten a humanitarian visa, or had they just been able to cross the border to go see their son, they would have had more time with him than a couple hours.
They get off on this.
So we will continue to share stories like this because that is what is happening all over. All over. Last year, we talked about a child that the administration was actively finding on a tracking app to deport, knowing that if she was deported and she was 5 years old, that she would die. Because the reason she was in California was to get specific treatment. So this is not new, but we need to talk about these things because when the trials happen after we win back Senate and House and we start holding these trials, these are the stories that need to be told.
When are we going to start calling this a genocide? We love fucking talking about genocides all the time. Why aren't we saying this is? All right, because we don't care. We only use them when it's convenient. Got it.
Got it. Heard loud and clear.
Got it. All right. Well, speaking of the United States murdering people, the war is still happening. But the Trump regime was forced into a corner because they had their stupid little Project Freedom. We're going to open up the strait. The only reason the strait was closed because we started bombing them for no reason. So, whatever. Grand opening, grand closing. 48 hours later, the Saudis, they said, you know what? All that military access to the bases and the airspaces, we don't think we're going to let you guys have that because you guys are still over there. You've been there since February 28th. It's bad for business. It's fucking up our shit. It's raising the cost for our exports and imports as well because you don't know how to mind your fucking business. So, yeah, we're out. 48 hours later, Trump said, you know what? I don't know. I just think I'm just not feeling this Project Freedom thing anymore, you know? It's just a little too much for me, okay? But the strikes in Iran have started again. They never stopped. I don't remember them stopping. So, and he says, the war is not restarting. What? We're bombing them again, but it's not restarting.
Come again?
What? Anyway, like, I don't know if that's dementia or market manipulation. Maybe both. Who knows? And then this week on the 14th, there's going to be a summit in China. And of course, Trump is going. They're going to be discussing trade, the Iran war, seeing as how China is an ally of Iran. They get their oil from them. And they will be discussing a business deals with Beijing and everybody's favorite fucking loser. Got it. Elon Musk.
The boys are back together.
Yay.
Yay. Now there is no confirmation that Elon's going. The only thing we know is that he was invited. He likes money. The man wants more money. Billionaire life. He wants a business deal with Beijing.
Wants to get some of those sell some of those Tesla parts, source some of those Tesla parts. I don't know. Self-interest, yada, yada, yada. Billionaires aren't ethical. No, that's where we're at with the war. It's not restarted, okay, guys?
Yeah, we've already won 10 times. How much more winning do we need to do? I mean, wow, I really feel the winning. I wake up every morning
stop calling it a war.
Oh, thank God I'm paying $5 a gallon for winning this war. Who would have known what would have happened if not? We would have nothing.
Our national security would have been at fucking risk.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
So stop calling it a war, okay? It's not a war.
Well, with all the BS that's happened this week, we always like to end with making fun of this administration. Let's get into, yes, that really did happen. So Trump was true socialing, and people were noticing that he was calling Melania Melody a lot, and they were making fun of him because they were like, you are so, dementia ridden that you don't remember your wife's name. And the other day he was at the military mom event and he was honoring a woman named Melody She is the mother of one of the National Guardsmen who was shot in DC last year. And in Trump fashion, to introduce her, he started off by saying that he had autocorrect on his phone and it would autocorrect Melania's name to Melody, and he was getting eaten alive for it. So he requested no tech, but assistance from the military to help him with the turn off the autocorrect.
Your tax dollars hard at work.
The whole military needed to come and get that damn autocorrect off his phone. And he said, anyways, Melody, come on up. Melody, everyone. What a way to honor your son protecting you in your White House and your government buildings in D.C. that you made him. You sent the National Guard into D.C. to beautify and protect your federal buildings. And he took a bullet to the head. He's still alive, by the way. And I'm sure would love to know that that is how you honored his mother for the military mom event. Really A+. But Kamala would have, she just wouldn't have shown up.
She would have did the same. It would have been worse.
She would have said that Andrew deserved it.
She would have put the National Guard and the Navy and the Coast Guard and the Air Force in D.C.
You're acting like Kamala would have shot them herself.
She would have.
But, you know, where are we expecting anything different?
Point blank.
Just, Cash Patel, you get to be on here twice. So I'll start with this one. He has been giving out personalized Woodford Reserve whiskey bottles with his name, his position engraved on the bottom to a bunch of staff members. He's taken it on the jet, the private jet, with your taxpayer dollars to the Olympics to give to members of the U.S. men's hockey team, to Milan, just to hand out to his buddies. And he's autographing the back with, you know, incriminating himself.
Whoever said it was cool after you received it, I want you to go to jail for lying.
He said,
because you're lying.
You guys are getting Woodford Reserve. All right, I'm not paying for Macallan 12.
Nah,
I'm not paying.
I'm getting this shit from BJ's.
It's the Costco brand Woodford Reserve.
Cash Patel.
Like the best thing SNL could have done was to get Aziz Ansari to play him because he is Aziz Ansari's character from Parks and Rec. Like, he would have Woodford Reserve whiskey bottles with his name and position engraved on them that he gives to other people. Like,
treat yourself.
Like, he just would. And so so that comes out. Obviously, The Atlantic eats this up, posted about it. So now Cash Patel's like, who the fuck keeps leaking all of my shit to The Atlantic? You're all
Stop
getting
telling them I'm an alcoholic.
You're getting a polygraph. I don't trust any of you bitches. He is just in his office, just like, I can't trust anyone. I'm on edge. So he's ordering polygraph tests for 24 former and current staff members for leaking.
Totally stable. For
leaking information, even though he signed the bottles and he put them on the planes and flew them. What did he swear? Have the U.S. men's hockey team swear that they wouldn't tell anyone?
Don't fucking brother. People are recording.
So, just what? And guess what? He's still here.
Think he has any privacy in the age of the internet is just
when you're doing nothing to keep it under wraps.
Where is Nancy Guthrie?
Where's Nancy?
Cash.
Like, I don't fucking know.
Cash is like,
he said we were kept in the dark for the first 2 weeks. And everyone was like, how does the FBI keep in the dark?
Your job is to investigate.
You were the head of the FBI. How were you left in the dark? I don't know. That's his story. He's sticking with it. Somebody posted a clip from a city hall meeting in Virginia. And the city hall officials are very upset because they claim the Etsy witches that you can hire are cursing them, and that they need to bring the Bible back into politics because the Etsy witches are cursing them and they need to pray we need to be able to pray.
What did they do to make the witches curse them? What were they wearing?
I thought you guys didn't believe in all that.
Maybe it's their fault. Maybe they were asking for it. Maybe if they weren't dressing like little sluts,
I mean, dare
they
I
wouldn't get
say,
cursed.
the white Christian nationalists are cursing me. They're trying to force me to give birth. They've got their little voodoo dolls. They've got the demonic Erica Kirk stare. I am fearing for my life.
And they can fuck off. The government practices witchcraft. Let's be fucking real. Come on now. They believe in the occult and all that shit. They do the astrology,
Yeah.
numerology.
Just
fuck them.
be a good person and the Etsy witches will leave you alone.
Embrace it. Stop dressing like whores and you won't get cursed.
Maybe you should hire an Etsy witch to curse the Etsy witches.
Fight fire with fire.
Like, imagine you go to like your city hall meeting to like talk about, you know, the water situation, and that's what they're screaming about. Like, it's like the one city hall you show up to, and you're like, my sprinklers haven't been going off, and I was just...
Parks and Rec is a documentary.
Parks and Rec!
It's a fucking documentary.
Everybody, we
So
should all
ahead of
rewatch
its
Parks
time.
and Rec.
So ahead of its time.
So ahead of its time. And finally, MAGA, they're starting to ask some questions, right? Trump told them to shut the fuck up about the Epstein files, and they were like, all right, now everybody, the Dems keep saying, where's your tariff refund? And we kind of agree with them, because it's hard to like own the libs when they're right. It's hard to own the libs when they ask us where our tariff refunds are and we don't have them. So were they still in the mail, or and then like you said you were gonna have Trump phones, and you also said that you were gonna have Trump RX and we were gonna get 400% off for the prescriptions. And
he lied?
when I went to pick up mine, I had to pay extra money. Actually, the price has gone up.
Yeah, I didn't get money back when I got my antidepressants. What the fuck?
Yeah, I thought you were sending a medical ship to Greenland.
I'm surprised. I was so shocked that they remembered that. Yo, wait. Who was like, hey, guys, did Trump ever send that ship to help out the citizens of Greenland?
Because I feel like he said he was going to do that.
The hantaviruses, did they send the ship just in case?
Are we on Punked? This is why I'm not nervous about November.
Wait.
What are they going to do? Cut them tariff refund checks? They're not.
They updated the terms and conditions for the Trump phones. That the $100 they spent does not count as final. So they just pocketed 54 mil. They didn't have to fucking produce a thing.
And MAGA's like, when is the ETA on those phones? Any day now. 2 more weeks.
2 weeks.
Keep checking that mail. Maybe a Dem stole it out of your mailbox. The sneaky Dems.
It's like goddamn Joe Biden.
Joe Biden's going around to every mailbox.
It was Barack Hussein Obama. He stole the damn Trump social post. Said Barack stole the Trump phone.
Oh my God, guys, I got mine in the mail and I have Ring camera footage of Barack Obama busting my mailbox in and taking my Trump phone and my tariff refund check.
And my Doge check.
And burning it right in front of my house. Grok, is this true?
There's no credible evidence that Barack Obama
Grok, say psych
stole
right now.
everything.
Yeah. And, honorable mention, yet again, Trump fell asleep today and unfortunately woke up.
Damn.
But according to MAGA, he was blinking. Don't ask Grok to confirm that.
That's the longest fucking blink.
They keep putting him there, though.
Yo, they're playing in our face.
You
They
could
said,
say
yo,
that Joe was sleepy all you want. At least he was sleeping on the beach.
not on TV. Come on. It's every time. It's every time. Every time. At that fucking desk.
And you guys are like, but Joe, Sleepy Joe. I'm going to start counting. I'm going to start counting because if we want to play that game, We can play it. How many times did we catch Joe Biden asleep at the Oval Office desk? Let's play the game.
Might have been like once or twice, maybe.
It's still not great. Nobody was over here telling you that the president falling asleep at his desk is good.
This guy, it's a weekly occurrence. We have at least like 6 thumbnails.
It's actually, right now, I'm more surprised when he's awake at the desk.
But they're just yapping behind him.
He's just like, and he wakes up, and every time it's the same. He goes, Joe Biden.
And then that's when the stroke face pops up too.
And he wakes up and does the same thing.
Totally.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden's not in charge of the country, Sleepy Joe. He has handlers.
He's like, and we're going to overtake Cuba. That's all. Gotta go.
Gotta go.
He said, you fucking bitch. What did you just say to me?
Literally. Verbatim.
Verbatim. He literally said, she's a bitch.
Right?
Because she said, hey. So Ron, he's like, what? Bitch? What?
Yeah.
What about
and
it?
to a black woman, of course. Big fucking shock. He's not racist, though.
Don't worry, guys. November is right around the corner. That's all we have for this week. We'll see you next week.
Tune in for Chat GRC on Thursday.
Yeah, we have a returning candidate this week.
Oh, no, this was the first time we're doing Michaela.
No, it's Bonner this week. Jonathan.
Right.
Jonathan's returning, so we've already interviewed Jonathan before, but he is running now for State House, so we gave him another interview. This time you get to see his face. So tune in this Thursday for that, and then we'll be back on our normal schedule on Sunday. Bye.